Hello and welcome back to another session of Catchit. It's Byron speaking. Oh, sorry, of Pistonics, where we do the game Catchit just for the fun of it. It's Byron speaking, and in the previous session we have finished the drawing code for all game objects so far. And I think what's missing, if you look at the experiment, the Chrome experiment, then you see that we need to show the score, the max score, and tries as well. Oop. See, it's actually kind of cool. And there are many issues with that game. So the decay kind of is triggered every time you hit the ball. And yeah, like this. Anyway, so let's find a way to show some text here. I don't know how to do bold text or how to do anything regarding text, but we might be able to figure that out. So what about text? Graphics, text. All right. So that draws text, it claims, but so we have a font size and a text color. Text new, text colored, and text draw. Is there a better way? Okay, that's a text module. And I guess I import that from there, huh? Graphics, or is there some top level text? Oh yeah, there's a top level text. So we use the text structure here. Okay, got it. So from use graphics context, by the way, the context stuff, we have multiple uses here. Actually, the context we just don't need anymore, huh? I don't think so. This was just during the first version of this thing, yeah. So we can put everything regarding to the graphic stuff here. So let's get the text. And then, oh yeah, by the way, we need space for the text, I guess. But first, I think I'll just want to draw it. Also, what do we want to draw? Tries and max score, that's something I put here. But in fact, we would now have to put this state on the app just because we need access to it, right? So tries is going to be 0 and max score is also going to be 0, and that's U32. Obviously here I don't have to name it anymore to specify it. We just do this up here. Up here we define the graphic structure. Max score is U32 and tries is also U32. All right. I hope it's okay to limit the score to 4 billion. Should be fine. Good. So now that we have that, we have access to these values, even though right now we do not use them at all. So the game state has a score and we have a max score and whatnot. So we can actually just attempt to draw that somewhere. Considering I have no clue, I will just start drawing some text and figure out the details later. So we can draw text based on a string borrow. So the the draw state. Where do we get the draw state from? We have a context. I think the context has the state, huh? Must be having the state. There's the draw state. Thank you very much. Cool. So I think I would be able to draw text. It feels a bit inconsistent. So text is all of a sudden an object. Rectangles that can draw itself, and rectangles and whatnot, they have just individual functions. Maybe it makes sense because a rectangle type is used for both ellipsis drawing and rectangle drawing. Probably it makes sense, but yeah. Text feels a bit special, but probably it is. It's more complex, right? So we have a matrix, a glyph cache. Character cache. Yeah, I've seen this. Where have I seen this? I think in Falling Sand game. No, actually, that's the one that draws nothing. I think in the Tetris game there was a glyph cache. Tetris. Source main. See? OpenGL graphics glyph cache. And this you just have to instantiate and use. Interesting that you have to provide static lifetime there. And that's how you do it. Then you can draw text eventually, and that's how that works, huh? Text, you set it up. You can set it up for something that parses into text. That's interesting. Graphics, text, new. From what I see here, I wouldn't know that new. That's the font size that he provides. All right, now I got it. And then you just format something and pass it on. All right. I think the static stuff we can keep static. But on the other hand, the draw code, does it tell you kind of what offset it generates? Because that would be interesting. Knowing the offset, then I could have the static text drawn statically, and then I have another draw call that draws the remaining dynamic characters like the score. That would be cool, but that seems to return nothing here. It's a bit sad. Okay, so first let's get the glyph cache going. It's separate. I don't know, is the glyph cache maybe... Are there multiple ones? Glyph cache? No. But maybe it's in the top level structure? No. Re-exported, it is not. Fine. And what's this A depending on, by the way? So new from a path. Glyph cache new font. Oh, it wants a font. Now I get it. Fira Mono Bold. Ooh. Yeah. It's a bit bad that it, if it would take a stream, it would be cool, but a path requires you to have this on disk. And I guess it will only load it anyway, huh? Because I'm thinking that I would include that resource into my binary so that I don't have to ship it. But that will not, this will totally not work. From bytes, here we go. Okay, so I can do that. Good. Fine. Then I'm happy. So I can take this font, I guess. Is there something in Rust? So getting text working is probably still relatively easy, but also, not super trivial. Because now we have to deal with resources, font resources and stuff. There's no preset one, but it's cool that you can have real fonts and don't have to do, texture-based stuff that is kind of pre-made, like monospaced fonts. OpenGL comes with a standard monospaced font that apparently you cannot use here. So, include Parse the given file as an expression, include bytes as a byte slice. This is what I was looking for. So that's how we get our U8 bytes and can just use this at compile time. Yeah, let's try that. Good. I will copy this cache. Let's make a new folder for the resources here. And there I copy the Fira monobolt. From Tetris piston. And let's look it up. Fira mono. Is this free? Mono by Mozilla. I think that is free. Totally. Fira mono on. So multiple versions. There is GitHub for this. Mozilla Fira. Cool. So here you can use it on your website if you like. Standard web font. And yeah, what's the license officially? Let's just have a look once. Open font license. So I guess I can use it. To be used, studied, modified, or redistributed freely as long as they're not sold by themselves. Okay. This is not gonna happen. So I guess we are fine in that regard. Okay. TTF, multiple formats. So we have bold, medium, regular, and we can use, that's how it works. You can use different font caches because each font cache basically has one font, right? So if you wanted to say it the way we want to say it, we could actually say it's a Fira mono, huh? Font Fira bold. This is what that is. And this is going to be a glyph cache with static lifetime stuff. So if you construct the app now, we want to have the Fira mono bold here, set up a new glyph cache from bytes, and then we say include bytes. Directly here, we won't see that anyway. Will look a bit odd if you pre-print that code, I guess. But as far as we are concerned, we shall just drop the bytes here. That should work. I don't know what the path will be. Would it be res, Fira? Will it be this one? Oops. Oops. Oops again. Here we go. So that could be a valid one, huh? If not, the compiler will surely tell us any moment now. Build. No. So it can't find it. That's good. So probably it's in source. So we go up. And now this works. Found. Oh yeah, we want to unwrap this. Just assuming this works. It must work. There's no question about this. So yeah, I think that's how I want to specify the Fira mono or the font cache, because that's what it is. Okay, now it takes a bit longer. How big is that file, by the way? 200 kilobytes. Yeah, so it includes this as bytes, but it does this on AST level, right? So I think it will be quite efficient because this does not have to be parsed back. This is a built-in macro that I think can be as efficient as it can be. So now we should be one step closer to being able to print the text. I'm thinking that I don't really want to care about optimizing this. So I'll just format the text as we like it. So what we can always draw is the tries and max score. So and we just use one font for this that we can even keep around, I guess, but maybe just instantiate a new one. Why not? So let text be, did we import it? Yes, text new, font size, then can we also get a colored text? Well, let's first try to get the text going, and the details we will do later. Text colored we can also get, yeah. I think the color should be kind of blackish, huh? I think the color is something you specify here because we'll bake this into a texture eventually. Possibly. I don't know if that makes a difference to the draw cache or not. Probably not, because it's just a stencil texture and the color can be done dynamically. Maybe, possibly. Yeah, actually I want color text, you know. New colored, and then you have a color and a font size. Okay, so we go with black 22, and then we can draw some text here and do a string formatting. The score shall be this. It's the state score thing. Oops, no. And of course, it takes a string slice here. So we shall obey to that. Then what's next? The cache, the state, the transform. Cache state transform. So self cache, and must be mutable as well. The state probably doesn't have to be mutable. No. So that's C draw state, and the transform for now is just I think a uniform transform is C transform, huh? Oh yeah, just the current transform. Just give me the one that we have. Let's see if that works, or if it does it have to be passed as mutable. No. Graphics. Oh wait, the draw state and cache draw state and graphics, but should just be a borrow. Okay. The graphics we happen to have as well. Here you go with your GL graphics. And this is already a mutable borrow, so we just pass it on like this. That's very nice, actually. Could work. Attempted to access field score. But no field with that name was found. So yes, I guess for now, this is outside of this because we want it to be outside. So we put the text here, and here we try to just use self max score for now. Yeah, like this. Let's see. C transform, self cache, 10x of field cache. Oh, sure, we don't have a cache. We have Fira, font Fira bold. And then the transform thing. I expected that. Oh, it wanted a copy? Really? Are you kidding me? No, you're not. Fine. So these things are copied around, I think, with the knowledge in mind that the compiler will probably optimize that, but, well, I don't know. Needy there. Closure requires unique access to self. True. Where do we use self in the closure? Self-GL is already borrowed. So it's probably... Yeah, so why does this happen now? Must be the draw call here, huh? So it uses self max score just once. And here, this is where the self borrow is happening, that you can't do, especially because it's... Actually, it's not a self borrow, but you can't access self anymore. That's the thing. So if you want this cache, then you have to put it here. You have to take it out. Let font fira bold be self font fira bold, and I think that will be doing it. Okay, that's odd. But I thought that does work like that, huh? That we just take out what we don't, you know, because self we can't access anymore. Where do we access self? Self max score. Self max score should be the only thing that is problematic to him. Yeah, so that's interesting because of the decision to make this a closure, which probably makes total sense. You kind of... Maybe you want to take GL out so that you can use self instead, huh? Somehow. Yeah, shit. So again. Cannot borrow self as immutable. So that's this one, huh? True. Well, how is this handled here? It must have the same problem, huh? It does the same thing, but why does it not work for me? Sir, see draw state, what? Did I not save it? I did save it. What the heck? Self GL. Self GLs are already borrowed as mutable. But he does it the same way. What is this? Right, that's the cache. That's how I do it as well. Or do I do anything differently? Yeah, we have a mutable Tetris here. But anyway, that's two different things. I don't know why it thinks it borrows self again here and why it can't figure this one out. Okay, cannot borrow self as immutable because self GL is already borrowed as mutable. Borrow occurs due to use of self enclosure. Self. Oh, really? This one? Jesus Christ. Man. I didn't. Okay. If you read all this stuff, you know, then you're good. But I think this expansion side stuff is always kind of cluttering it up. Yeah, so whenever you have something like this here, things start to suck. Okay, let max score. And I wonder, can I just take self out? No, probably not, because I use it mutably and immutably inside, which will not work. Okay. So self, max score, and that's how that goes. We will have to do this for the tries as well. But first, let's get our first text on screen, shall we? 25 minutes in, unused variable. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. So we can actually run this. And I don't see text. I should see more, should I? Maybe the transform isn't the right one. So maybe I transform this to somewhere. Like this, maybe. Or let's put it to 100. Just need to see the bloody text, man. Oh yeah, true. Takes X and Y separately. Fair enough. Yay! There's the score. Cool. Something works. Okay, so now I just need space. So what about taking the width and height, then adding some space for the text? Maybe we have, yeah, I don't know how big that is, by the way, how I should compute how I should translate 22 points into, yeah, so what's font size, by the way? You know, it should tell you exactly how that translates to stuff, because otherwise it's kind of useless. So is this points? Probably it's points. So points to pixels. Is there some pixel, image pixel, bitmap pixel mode? So probably free type is related to this. Put pixel, copy pixels. Yeah, that's a bit. A bit difficult right now. Is there something with points? Point, graphics, draw state, raster method, point. Something that relates this to text somehow? No. Doesn't look like it. The draw state, the cache, maybe the cache can help you with that somehow. Can you do conversions? Can you tell me how big a font is going to be? Okay, see, so it keeps the texture. And you can ask it for, oh, for the width. So this is how you could compute offsets and stuff for some given text. So what about the height? So we also provide characters. Maybe from there I can derive a height. That would be nice. And yeah, so because I think I would have to reduce the size of the playing field a bit by the height of the characters that I'm going to print. So we have a character and that has a size. The size of the character including space. Cool. So I think I can use that. And it's monospaced, right? So theoretically the characters should all be the same height, and at least the width should be the same, but the height might also be the same for him. I don't know. We'll see. But I think, yeah, that's how I want to do it. I'll just get a character out of there in my now global font size. I don't know, U32 maybe? 22. Where's the 22 here? Font size. Cool. I'm looking forward to that. Let's turn that around. I need the app first to be able to access the cache. And then I drop in a little character there. So the width and height shall remain. Oh shit. Actually, wait, the glyph cache we want first. Let's, and this is immutable, huh? Yeah. Let mud glyphs be that. Now we can even fit this on one line. Not to forget to finally provide them. And now I can say glyphs character for font size and for character S. Let's use a capital character just in case it makes a difference. Then I get a character back that I hope I can access these fields. Yeah. So it's size 1, which should be the height, right? Width and height. And this is a F64. That's fine for us, because our extent happens to be an F64 as well. So now in here, you can say, well, the extent should be width as scalar and height as scalar minus minus the standard glyph height. And probably you want to give it some safe range as well, some margin. Let's keep this up here. Let text height be this. So minus text height minus text height by 0.2. So that's kind of 20% margin. And we should be fine, right? Or we do it like this. Whatever. Might be more readable, right? So we have a margin here, and let's see how that looks like then. And then we should be able to put it down. Yeah. Does it work? Nope. Unclose delimiter. Like that. Yeah, actually, where does that close? Here we close this one. Here we close that one and that one. So that should be better now. Nearly. Unresolved name glyphs. Did you mean totally? No method named character found on glyph cache, because it implements the trait, right? Yeah, so graphics, character cache. Use graphics, character cache. I just hope that it's imported into the main namespace, but it's not. There we go. All right. Panicked? What? Oh shit, it probably needs a GL context or something. GL function was not loaded. I cannot ask for this until later. Okay, good. That's fair enough. You know, no segfault, just a panic. That's good. Totally acceptable. So maybe we want to get the... Yeah, let's get the window first, shall we? Because that would provide us with... Where's the OpenGL stuff happening? I don't even see it here. 3.2 in the app. So probably I just, I have to get GL first here maybe, and then it works. Yeah. Maybe this will initialize what this guy needs here. Interesting that under the hood, they kind of use some global state, because otherwise this guy wouldn't freak out then, huh? Because if he needs GL stuff, he would need to be initialized with some GL thing or something. Maybe it works now. Yes. Cool. So now the play size, the field size is a bit smaller. We don't even see that. We could actually now draw a line at the end, at the bottom of the frame where we want to put the text to. So I guess we can do that using the line function. Graphics line, which draws a line. Polygon, rectangle. Yeah, it's a line module, which just comes with a line. Can it draw itself? It draws itself, I see. How does a line have a radius? Am I not getting this? Because a line has a shape. What's the shape? Square, round, bevel. Okay. Yeah, we'll just see what kind of lines I can do here. Line new. And how do I determine the size of the line? The length, the width here. Okay. New round. Yeah, just use a width line. So happy me that it's the width, huh? Probably, yeah, you have to transform it. You have to use a transformation matrix to get it into shape, to get it where you want it to be. So width is the only thing you need. Okay, so let's try to draw a line. Yeah, I think this will import the line type for me. Maybe this is publicly imported? Yeah, this is publicly imported. So I can take the line struct right away, similar to text, right? So let's draw a line for now. So here we draw the HUD, and here we do all the stuff related to this, computations, maybe transformation matrices. I think if you have a transformation matrix that does that for us, yeah, and we can keep it and reuse it maybe, and I think that will be very beneficial. Did I reduce the height? Yes, I did. But of course this thing I want to, this value I want to keep so that I can use it for my computations later and not have to repeat this. Yeah. Oh no, wait, I can use the extent, the field. Yeah, I don't have to keep that value. I have the field extent and I have the screen height. So that's all the values I need, I think. All right. So it's line by width, and I think I will go with width. Let line be this. Let's see if that works. Takes 2 parameters, but only 1 was. Really? Probably it's the color that it wants. Excuse me. For me, it looks like it takes only 1. Or I have a different line type there. But this is you know, the documentation of the API that I'm using. So it's supposed to be the right one. Oh, it sets the width. It needs a self. Now I get it. So there is new. Good. Let's have a black line there. New black line, please. And a radius, which I have no clue about. Here's your radius. And that should give me that bloody line. Yes, it does. Okay, let's try to draw the line right away. Line draw. What do you need? A draw state, transformation metrics. Well, see draw state and see transform. Let's see if that goes anywhere if you just don't change the transform. Oh, what? That's weird. So the line draws itself but needs an L where L is a line or what? Where L is an into line. Ah, so that's where it draws itself. Ah, so the width is the width of the line itself, and I don't know what the radius is supposed to be. Jesus Christ. Maybe you can define it as radius or as width? I don't know. I know why the radius is so important for a line. That's what I don't get. New round. Well, I will try out these things, I guess, as I move along and see what happens. I just want a straight line with nothing special. So anyway, the line we have to draw here, it's a scalar 4 and 2 points you provide. Huh. Yeah. So I can use just a uniform transformation matrix and scale it in place. Let's set up some points here. So we have the line, draw state, transform, and sure, the graphics I forgot. So here you go with GL. That should be cool. And now, yeah, you start at 0. You go, and by the way, what's the type? Scalar. Cool. Oh no, width. You go to width as scalar. Do I import scalar? Yeah, but probably I want to use the scalar from graphics now and not the scalar from myself. How often do I use it? Here. Okay. Use catchit scalar as catchit scalar. Let's be clear about that. So that's going to be a graphics scalar then, and that's a catchit scalar. Right now they're the same, but who knows for how long, huh? Text height. So this works just because we are lucky, but I think we will keep lucky. We will remain lucky because I'm not going to change the scalar type. Yeah, but let's be clear about this anyway. And then we can just use graphics scalar here. And this is this, width as scalar. Oh no, wait, actually it starts at 0, 0. And then it goes to x 0. And yeah, we could put it to 100 here, just so that it's somewhat visible and not at the border or something. So it should be a line from start to end. And yeah, we don't even need a matrix that is anything else than a standard normalized matrix. Oh, there's no scalar in graphics, really? Excuse me, where is this coming from then? Color component. Yeah, okay, I didn't mean that. Radius, scalar, graphics, math, scalar. Okay, here we go. And then maybe learn how to type. 46 minutes in. I think any moment now this should get us anywhere. Width as scalar doesn't like it because that should be in scope though. That's weird. But I just used it here, did I? If I don't do that, it will tell me that's the wrong type. Oh. Wrong spot. It's here. There we go. Cool. So there's the line. And there's a score. And sure, we now have to just put it at the right offset. Nice. So it's probably the height minus the extent, huh? So let OFSY be state. Do we have the state here? We don't even have the state here. Ew. Yeah, but we always use the same field, do we? So maybe we should keep the field. Do we reset the field at some point? If we reset, we always provide a field. Yeah, so let's keep the field alive. Let field be this one. And it's copyable because it's just... Yeah, that's cool. Just an array, right? Arrays are copyable. Something I wasn't super aware of previously either. Nope, that doesn't work. Like this, we have a field, and I think we want to keep the field as well, so that we can use it later. Or we keep the offset right away, shall we? We can put... Yeah, let's keep the offset right away. And this field remains available, unfortunately. But we could put this... Yeah, what we could do is let mod app be this. And then we can just return it here. And then all these intermediaries will go away if they can. And I think that's what I wanna express here. Like that. That is better. And now field border Y or something. In yeah, what is it? It's a graphic scalar. So let's put this here then. Yeah, let's do it like that. Cool. Scalar. So now we can do the computation here. We have the field we provided, and the field offset y is now the height as scalar minus field 1, which is the height. And that's basically where the field ends. Field and y. Field ends, or field and y, field border y. Let's call it field border y. I think that's not too bad. Cool. So does that work? 10x of field line on type, but no field with that thing was found. What? I think there's some code that just shouldn't be there. Yeah. Ah, now I get it. The dot here. Good. So we can't access self. So let field border y be self field border y. Now we have that guy here and can just put it there, right? Field border y, width and field border y. So that is drawn at the right spot right away. And now the X transformation we can figure out ourselves, and this should be yeah, basically we want the character height let's put it at field border y and see how that would look like. I think that would now be, would it be on the line now or would it be below? It's nowhere to be found. Okay. So is this too high or what? Does it work better now? Interesting. So with 100 I could draw it, but that didn't even look like 100, huh? The place where I drew it. So probably this is just, there's no direct correspondence between pixels and text. Whoa. So that's a transform here. I think I want to print the field border y at some point. Might be some nonsense that, oh, there's a line. Awesome. So now we start seeing it if we divide it by 4. Field border y. Is this a negative value by any chance? Did I mess this up? Height minus field extent. So that should be smaller and not larger. We subtract stuff here from the height, so if we do this, we should get a small positive value. Oh, actually, that's probably the problem, huh? It's field 1. It's actually just the field border is just field 1. What the heck? What am I doing here? And that's, I can compute that anytime. Yeah, let's just keep the field border y then. I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. So maybe that looks better now. Okay, that's the field border y for him. Interesting. Huh. So there is no correspondence to the pixels on screen here, but maybe we can get that because in the maybe we can get that. I've seen it. So that's just something here. For us, this value is what? It should be something like 1024. Let's print it real quick. Let's print the field. Yeah, so these values... Interesting. So look at that. There, the field should be smaller than that, but it's just the resolution. This means the heights that I get here, they're totally not what I expect them to be. What's going on here? Oops. Yeah, so that's, I mean, I think there is no correspondence between these types, between pixels on screen and character sizes and whatnot, and this is my mistake here. And I have the feeling this is... just not it. 13, at least it has a value. 13, whatever that is. Oh man. Okay, so conversion from pixels, from screen space, basically. You know, that's what we want. We want the screen space metrics. Window, full screen. Yay. Transformed scale. Maybe the transform can do something. That's probably just standard transformation metric stuff, huh? Well, I think that's more of a problem right now. But I need that to work. And I also guess that the line here is way too long now because there's no correspondence between pixels and whatnot. Anyway, let's try one thing first. At least I get something here. I still don't know why the text height, or why my field, once I print it, has an unchanged height. I mean, text height is a scalar. Is it? Oh, maybe it's not. No, it's an F64. That is why that even works, but still. So it's 13 plus like 5, and then we subtract this. So I would totally expect this to not be 768 anymore. What the heck? Interesting, very interesting. So that's 0. Are you kidding me? Oh, sure. Because the height is 0, right? It only gives you the width. This evil a-hole. Sure, so I work with 0 here. Well, thank you. The width I can... image size. So we can query that stuff. Let's query that stuff then. Maybe there needs to be some computation. So let's see what we get. Can we just query the height maybe? And then it will be nicer. Height is still 0. So querying that doesn't make a difference. Well, how come? And it also doesn't set the height, huh? It queries the height. But maybe that's the height in the texture or something? In the cache? And not the character height? Yeah, anyway. I think there's more like a frame into that texture here. And this is why I can't use it. Well, even if it was, I should be able to use it somehow. There must be some height to it. So what's the offset then? If size doesn't yield a height. Maybe offset is a little more interesting. Probably not. 15. So there is a Y offset, so maybe the offset I want to use. Yeah, let's do it. There's a function for this. Should be top, huh? Yeah, good. So that's a bit different now. So that's in points. That still does not correspond to pixels later. But yeah, let's... interesting. I thought that worked at some point. Where is that? I found code. I think it's in Conway's Game of Life. Let's see. Conway Game of Life source main. Here they set up a matrix that is uniform. And where is that macro use coming from? Glium. So that's a view transform. Yeah, I think they need this in order to do the 2D drawing, right? But we have that already. Yeah, they totally have that already with the 3D graphics package. Still, how's the correspondence, man? We are width and height. And if I translate it, there's also, you know what? Maybe I want to translate this. Maybe I just want to say, well, listen, this is gonna be as long as the width, yes, but it's at 0.0 and 0.0. And I really just want to transform this to my offset here. And then it will do the right thing in screen space. Field border Y. So let's put it there using the transformation matrix that hopefully works in pixels. And it kind of works in pixels already because we translate the mouse pointer correctly. And we know that these are actually the values that we would expect, but what the heck? So field is now 750. This value 750 should be the offset of that line now. Totally. But it is not. How come? You still have to see if the font size matches. So how can that be so different? I don't get it. If we make the width smaller, does it have the effect that I think it should have? And if I offset this by 50, is it then offset a little? And considering that the line is still at this, yeah, so this This totally works. This means my height here, my field border Y is weird, huh? Because if that would be 750, it would be down there. Oh, debug code. There we go. Okay, cool. All my bad. 1 hour in. Yeah, once that works, I think we should call it a day. Not call it a day, call it a session. Cool, so now that should go down there, and the text, yeah, cool. So that text will not fit into that space. I can tell you that much. So not. Yeah, well, I could start doing weird things like multiplying it by 2 or something. And that's also just an offset into the texture space, I think, and how that relation will be for the text here, I don't know. Okay, so let's try to offset the text. What happens if we offset it to the field border Y? I think it will be on that one. Okay. Yeah, well, that's good. Then we can basically put it directly onto the height as scalar, and then give it a margin of a few whatever pixels. Here I would like to use the height of the text again. Yeah, let's have a function, or let's have a function that produces a text matrix that gets an x coordinate, so that we can set the offset accordingly, and returns a matrix 2D. Line draw takes a matrix 2D, which is in math. Use graphics math matrix to 2D. Good, so let's drop it in there. Matrix 2D. And then we just have, it's more like it's a constructor. Oh, wrong spot. Matrix 2D. And then it's, damn it. I need the context to get the transform. So I probably want to make it, yeah, it's only borrowed, right? The context is always read only, I think. So I can make it a function or a closure. X is a scalar, returns this. Okay, so now I can catch my environment and say C transform trans, that should be X, and now the computation for this thing goes, yeah, let's put it to height at scalar for now. That should be fine. Now we can use it. Text matrix 100. Thank you. Does it work? Amazing. That does work. So we are now missing the, oh look, that even fits. I didn't, I said it doesn't fit, but it does fit. I take back what I said. So the margin stuff, we can, let's give it twice the height. And then we can put it to half the text height. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, actually, that's taking a mutable one, huh? So let's take the text height here again. That should be cached anyway. So it shouldn't be too expensive. Let text height be this. And then we can just put it up here. Plus text height. So what do you say? So now it should be a bit more spacious down there, and we put it up a bit, and that's sure the font cache. Font fire up bold. And stuff fails because maybe we have to subtract it, huh? Because we want to move that up. Now we moved it down and out of space. Out of the screen, basically. And maybe even by 2. Yeah. So now we can put the text where we want it to be. And I think we want to also describe this in terms of width. Width as scalar by 2 by 4. So we put it on the left. Or by 1/4. Maybe this is how you wanna specify this. So this should be on somewhere on the left. Now, okay. Let's put it into 1/8. Like that. Okay, that's better. Then we have max score. Oh, that is max score already. Look at that. So that is then tries. And the score goes to the far right. Const text spaces scalar. Scalar is, yeah, let's call it 1/8. So we have 8 spaces for this, and then we can put it into these spaces. Maybe call it text space, HUD space. So it's kind of a way to index the HUD space then, huh? So I can say HUD space 1. It should still be at the same spot then. Yeah, sure. And this is tries with tries that I still need to get. And that shall be HUD space 3. And the current score goes to HUD space 6 or something. Let tries be self tries. Yeah, so that's just a little bit of copying happening. I hope this call is fast. Otherwise we might cache it. I think it can't ever be so slow that we feel it, so it should be fine. After all, it doesn't change, so maybe I should cache it. And I ask for it down there as well. Yeah, let's cache it. What is that again? Character height is and F64. All right. Text height. Self text height. Cool. So that is now none of my concerns anymore. Nice. Tries we already copied, yes. And now last not but least, we should draw. Oh, this draw, does it need a mutable line or an immutable one? Because if it's immutable, we can just use it in the closure. Draw needs an immutable self. Awesome. Oh no, we don't want the line, we want the text, right? Where's the text? Ah, we put it here, cool. So we can just go ahead and draw. Draw away. So here comes the HUD. Yeah, I think I want that here. Damn it. This indentation stuff, you know, it takes a lot of time, and then I'm not even super happy with it. So that's the score, and that's the state score. There you go again. I would be happy if I wouldn't have to do this myself anymore. So here we go. And this goes into the 6th space. And where's it? Oh yeah. HUD space by 3. HUD space by 1. Let's call it HUD space 1 and HUD space 6. Good. So now we should have all the HUD ready. No! 80. Unclose the limiter. Excuse me? Ah, do you want to force me to read this? Incorrect close the limiter. So the draw is missing something, yeah. So we have the text matrix. Oh, probably I want to put the text matrix elsewhere then, huh? And close it. Why is it closed here? And not there. Ah, because I didn't have parentheses here. Makes sense. Okay, good. Now it should do better. Text height on mutable, but no field with that was found. F64. Now it's there. Yay, awesome. So we can probably tweak this a bit, but for the most part, we are done with the drawing of the entire game. If we had obstacles, we would see them. And now really it is about implementing the action. So that's a cool thing. Thanks for watching and have a good day.